Life lesson 16, shadow work. Shadow work is basically exploring, acknowledging, recognizing, and integrating hidden, repressed, or denied and disowned parts of our personality. The things that we are ashamed of, the things that we push down or push away or hide in boxes and place them in the basement, and we don't examine them until we are triggered or activated by someone displaying or expressing those things. It's what we hate about others and what we hate about ourselves. So you can write down a list of all the things that you are ashamed of. It could be the way you look, your appearance, your race, your gender. It could be certain emotions like anger, rage, jealousy, contempt. It could be the way you were treated or the way you treat others or yourself. You might be ashamed of your parent or parents or caregivers, family, friends, partners, or the home that you grew up in, the place that you grew up in. It could be your grades, it could be your grammar, what you do for work, how you make money, how you spend money, what you spend your money on. Or you might be ashamed about your schmexual fantasies. Write it all down and examine each one carefully. Ask yourself where each one was born. Trace it back to its origin, when it first formed. Where, when, who. For example, if I am ashamed of having monolids, I don't have monolids, but if I was ashamed of having monolids, I get to ask, when did this begin? Oh, it began when I was 6 years old. What happened? Some kids were pulling their eyes slanted and going, "I saw Ching Chong Chinaman," with disgust. They projected their racism and disgust onto me, and I took on the racism and disgust. Their rejection of me turned into my rejection of me, and that racism, disgust, and rejection became mine. Or it could be you're ashamed of feeling rage, anger. Trace it back to its origin. When did you first feel bad about it? When did you first feel ashamed about it? Oh, I was 3 years old and I was feeling grumpy. I was in a bad mood, and a family member said, "You're just like your dad." And me knowing that my dad was a very angry and violent person, I then create a story in my head that I'm like my dad. And because I think he's a bad person, that means I'm a bad person. So I cannot express anger. I cannot feel anger. It's not okay to feel anger. Anger is bad. Bad people express anger. Again, that is something that someone projected onto me, and I took on their projection, their opinion, their judgment, their shaming. So take your time and go through your entire list and trace it back to its origin. Give back the projections to where they came from. This does not belong to me. No, thank you. Return to sender. Then you want to write down all the things that you hate about other people. What are you really judgmental about in other people? What really triggers you? What really pisses you off? Once your list is complete, examine each one and write down how these things live inside of you. For example, if I hate abusive people, I get to write down the ways in which I am abusive myself. And if I'm not abusive to other people, then how am I abusive to myself? What habits do I have that are normalized in society but are actually abusive? Alcohol, junk food, smoking, vaping, staying in abusive or toxic relationships, the way I criticize, blame, shame, and judge myself, negative self-talk. So do that with your entire list, and it will be a very cathartic experience for you. We didn't come here to be perfect. We came here to learn and grow. And you cannot learn and grow when you are perfect. There is no growth in perfection. So learn to see and accept the good, the bad, the ugly within. The light, the dark, the imperfections, the flaws, the contradictions, the disowned, the rejected, the unlovable parts of you. This exercise will bring clarity, awareness, peace, forgiveness, wholeness, integration, balance, and healing. When you accept all parts of yourself, you can live more authentically and you can show up more authentically. You cannot gaslight yourself into healing and wholeness. You cannot heal by judging, blaming, shaming, and criticizing yourself. Love, accept, and forgive your shadow aspects.